All right, guys, answering your questions again. These are all from YouTube, and we have so many, so I'll do my best. If you have questions for the Q&A, leave them in the comments down below. Let's get started. Next one is from Sobi. You said in an earlier video the music industry is rigged. For those who haven't had as much experience, can you help share some information to help people prepare? Can be how it's rigged for artists, mix engineers, or anything more generally about nepotism, favoritism, and the secret backdoor relationship that get people where they are. Well, I can't say at all, of course. I don't think nobody can. The music industry is rigged just probably like any other business, with the difference that in other fields, if you don't deliver, let's say you're I don't know, a car salesman, right? If you don't sell cars, someone's gonna take your place. The music business, especially for artists, is a lot about who you know and who knows you. And that goes for mix engineers as well. And we've seen that differently from the car salesman, which has to sell cars. At the end of the day, the bottom line is the money that the guy brings. The artists can be designed at the table. That's why there's so many stereotypes of artists, especially in a couple of main genres out there, because what we've seen happening in the past, I want to say 30 years probably, the music industry likes artists that are replaceable. So they kind of all look the same and all sound the same. That's by design, and it's not by design simply because they follow a wave, right? So one artist come up with a style, with a type of music, and everybody follows because that's the new trend. But they do that by design because you're replaceables. If everybody is similar, and how good the artist does is mostly based on how much promotion the labels throw at it, then the artists themselves don't have that much power. So if they want to renegotiate their contract, the label can just say, you know what, don't worry about it. I'll just get the other girl or the other guy that looks exactly like you. And he's a little behind because we haven't been putting promotion on him. Now you're just go, right? But not only that, it's rigged for so many reasons. It's rigged because it's not a meritocratic business. Because you can have, I talked about this in other videos, you can have amazing songs, right? The problem nowadays is to put those songs in front of the people, and everybody says, oh, there's social media. Yeah, and there's also 100,000 million people trying to get their songs in front of everybody. And unless you have substantial promotion, you're not gonna rise from the sea of thousands of artists trying to be seen and heard. And that means you need a shitload of money for that promotion. But here's where it's rigged. Even if you do have the money, there are outlets that are simply not accessible unless you are with a major label. And that means radio charts, events, certain venues, everything, okay? Magazines, press, all those things. The reason is because most of them are either owned by the labels or they have such a strong connection and linked business that they simply don't allow independence to be on it. And if you're not there, you're never gonna be at the top like those artists. But that doesn't mean you can't make a living or being successful as an independent. I think now it's probably the best moment in history. It's not easy, and it's really not easy. A lot of people, unfortunately, you see, oh, I'm dropping my next single and it's gonna be it's #1 and you're gonna see me everywhere, y'all. No, we're not. That's the truth. Unless you have like hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars, you're not. Unless you are with a label, you're not. And even when you are with a label, here's the thing. For people who don't know some of my background, I was signed with a major label, and just like many people out there, I believed what they said. Oh, you're gonna be the next superstar, blah, 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 because they do this for a living. That's what they do. The truth is 2% of the artists signed by a label make it. And remember, most of the income of major labels come from the top 5 artists. So that means the other thousands are shelved and put aside, are a tax write-off, and they will never do anything. So even being with a major label or a label, it doesn't really mean anything. And of course, how you get there with a label? Well, again, it depends on who you know, who knows you, what connections do you have. There would be so much more to talk about all the deals that happen behind the scenes that have nothing to do with music many times. But, you know, this is not the place to talk about it. And to some extent, this goes for engineers as well, and producers as well. The more technical the job is, the more your skills are important and are needed. Because, yeah, you can get a shot to sit on that chair, but if you're not up to par, you aren't gonna last more than an hour. So when we go into the technical realm, talent and skills and experience, it's still extremely important. But you can get 2 engineers or 2 producers that are equal and the same at the same level. One is gonna get the gig because he's got more connections than the other. And many times, unfortunately, this is the truth. It still happens that the less skilled engineer gets the gig because, you know, it's in the right place at the right time. And this happened with artists as well. This happened with producers as well. There was a top Billboard song. I'm not gonna name names. And the producer of that song, I should say the beat maker, the guy who made the beat for this, we're talking top 10 contemporary artist. The way that deal happened is the owner of the studio where the big artist was about to go record called a friend, and he said to this friend, like, hey, such and such artist is coming to my studio today, you should probably come and hang out. And this guy never did anything before, and the guy went to the studio, sat on a couch with his laptop, and it was just, you know, doing things and stuff. The artist comes in and he starts chatting with the guy on the couch, and then he plays this beat. And the artist said, like, yeah, I like it, you're here, let's do it. And that song went on and became a Billboard charting song. And so from that moment on, that guy on the couch can probably charge $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 for a beat because of that. But the answer would be way too long, so I'm just gonna cut it here. If you guys have questions for the Q&A, leave them in the comments down below. Consider using the super thanks and support the channel. Click the join button and access the exclusive members only mix and mastering courses. Many more are coming in the next weeks. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, comment down below. See you next time.
Hands on my neck, hands get my throat. Lift me up, man, take control. Heart is so gone, my type. Don't you know I fall for the bad type? You play the role of an angel pretty well.